Hey everyone, it is Dani and welcome to this update video. I hope that you guys are doing really wonderful today. And so we're going to be taking a look at what is happening across the Atlantic, with focus being on the Caribbean region, of course. And we'll also be going into Tropical Depression 2, which is struggling quite a lot out there. And so before I go into details, please do subscribe and tap the notification bell so that you never miss an important update. Alright, and so let's go ahead and get straight into it. And firstly, of course, returning to this infrared satellite imagery, we've got our new depression off the northwestern part of Florida in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. And we see lots of activity still taking place across sections of the Caribbean and, of course, in the vicinity of the Atlantic, where we have the Turks and Caicos Islands as well. We have some activity moving toward the east near the southeastern Caribbean islands. And of course, we've got our other tropical waves out there. We see some activity off the coast of Africa. And so let's zoom into these areas. Let's start off with northeastern South America here. So we can definitely see that there's lots of activity across some areas, some parts of southern Venezuela. We've got that blob of lots of showers and thunderstorms also moving into the territory. Looking to the offshore areas there, we have lots of showers and thunderstorms developing, and this is going to be bringing some increased rainfall to sections of the southeastern Caribbean. So for the ABC Islands, things are looking pretty clear this morning, maybe some passing clouds at times. Let's go on to the general Caribbean region now, and here we can see where lots of activities taking place. We have these new showers and thunderstorms developing, especially in the southern Caribbean, and so some of that is making its way into parts of Jamaica, and so sections of southern parishes are likely experiencing lots of shower and thunderstorm activity. So let me know what conditions are like in your area down in the comments. Going to Hispaniola, where we have Haiti, we have lots more shower and thunderstorm activity developing. Things are looking to be a bit in the clear for sections of the Cayman Islands, particularly for Grand Cayman. For Little Cayman and Cayman Brac, more than likely some overcast conditions. We see some convective activity developing to the north of the area. Things are mostly cloudy for Cuba, maybe with some occasional rainfall. Looking over to the vicinity of the Yucatan, we see some activity that was developing now moving offshore off that area, as well as parts of northeastern Belize. And then, of course, as we head over into the east, there we definitely see some activity making its way into the vicinity of the Lesser Antilles coming from the Atlantic. And of course, that is what I mentioned earlier. So it is going to be bringing some increased shower and thunderstorm activity to especially the Windward Islands as we head throughout today. In the vicinity of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Isles, maybe some cloudy conditions, possibly a bit of rainfall activity across sections of Puerto Rico, but things are looking clearer in the vicinity of the Virgin Islands and also most of the Leeward Islands. And so that is what is happening. Lots of areas are experiencing or expected to experience some rainfall activity as we progress throughout today. And so guys, now we want to go ahead and talk about our newly formed depression. So let's look at it on satellites. Here we have it in the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. And so this system here is very, very sheared, and that is not the entire system. This is. So we see that most of it is vacant of any convective activity right now because of the wind shear. And I mean, the shear is going to be a huge problem for cyclones in the western Atlantic, especially as we progress into the hurricane season, because this is what it does. It really helps to prevent all of that shower and thunderstorm activity from developing and wrapping nicely around the center, because the center of it is exposed. Let's go to another satellite imagery. This is shortwave infrared, and so we can see here a better view. There we have the center of it, and all that activity is really just confined to the northeast of the center of the system. So that wind shear is really taking a toll on it, hence the reason it hasn't intensified into tropical storm Arlene as yet, and it seems like it won't do so because conditions will get increasingly unfavorable, and as such it is expected to become post-tropical as you're going to be heading into tomorrow. So looking at the cone forecast, here we have it. It is currently moving southward at around 5 miles per hour, so it's picking up in its acceleration because yesterday it was moving at only 2 miles per hour. So it should become post-tropical by tomorrow, as I said, and will probably dissipate in the vicinity of western Cuba. Now, in terms of the rainfall activity across the region, let's look at that, and we're looking at the GFS model first. Now, of course, as the map becomes more colorful, there are higher rainfall totals expected. So we see that throughout today, a lot of rainfall activity is likely across portions of the northern Caribbean, going to Cuba, Jamaica, sections of Hispaniola, Little Cayman, and Cayman Brac. We're kind of seeing Grand Cayman in those shades of greens, depicting that there's going to be decreased rainfall within the area. In the vicinity of the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands, lots of rainfall activity also expected there, down into portions of Central America, going from southern Guatemala, El Salvador, southern Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, maybe some isolated showers and thunderstorms as we progress throughout today. Maybe a bit of rainfall increase for the ABC Islands. So hopefully that is the case for you guys, because I know some persons were commenting about just how dry it is there. So hopefully there is some shower activity as we progress into later today. And then, of course, look into the other parts of the southeastern Caribbean. Again, we've got that activity just to the east of the Windward Islands that is exactly going to be helping to induce some showers and thunderstorms for those islands there. But going up further north, heading to the Leeward Islands, we're not seeing where too much is anticipated. And things are also pretty dry in the vicinity of the Yucatan and heading to Belize as well. Is Euro in agreement with this? For the most part, it is. We see that extensive area expected to receive quite a bit of rainfall, as in the northern Caribbean islands. And then, of course, things getting a little bit more dry as we head to the northeastern Caribbean. But looking down into the vicinity of the southeast, we're seeing that Euro is expecting a bit more rainfall for Trinidad and Tobago, as well as some portions of Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana as well. So overall, we're seeing that the models are somewhat in agreement in terms of what is currently going on. And so, guys, that is what is happening out there. And of course, I cannot reiterate it enough that you should all take the necessary precautions. We should all, because I mean, I'm in Jamaica as well, and anything can happen. So it is important that we all stay safe and take all necessary precautions to protect life and property, especially in the event of persistent heavy rainfall. So again, lots of rainfall for the northern Caribbean, and possibly some rainfall increase for the southeastern part of the region. And of course, I'm going to be keeping you updated as time goes by. So that is pretty much it for right now, and I hope that you found this video to be quite informative. However, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'll try to respond as best and as soon as I can. And of course, remember to always be weatherwise.